Danny Van Ruyen is first driving a Holden. Announcer bot is active. The qualification session is at Symonds Plains Raceway in Launceston, Australia. The wind speed is 3 km/h from the north-northeast. Dewald Lambert is first. Tommy Glad from South Africa is P5. Ernest Heather from South Africa is 7th. Danny van Rooyen is provisional pole with a 0:52.515. Danny van Rooyen from Netherlands is first. Best lap is a 0:52.515. Ernest Heather is P4. Danny van Rooyen from Netherlands is first up 0.15. Leon van Linden from South Africa is P9 up 10.44. Ten minutes remaining in the session. Mike McGeer from South Africa is 8th. Mike McGeer improved his P7 with a 0:54.204. 1.689 off pole. JD Ellis from South Africa is P6 up 11.20. Leon van Linden is P9 up 0.88. Danny van Rooyen is provisional pole with a 0:52.233. Leon van Linden improved his P9 with a 0:55.464. 3.231 off pole. Ernest Heather is P8 up 20.25. Leon van Linden from South Africa is 9. Peter Grobler from South Africa is P2. Peter Grobler improved is P2 with a 0:52.969. 0.736 off pole. Mike McGeer is 7th up 0.16. Mike McGeer improved is P7 with a 0:54.049. 1.816 off pole. JD Ellis is P6 up 0.35. Best lap is a 0:53.888. 1.655 off pole. JD Ellis improved is P3 with a 0:53.182. 0.949 off pole. Janine Glad from South Africa is 10th up 0.70. Leon van Linden is P9 up 21.67. Five minutes remaining in the session. Janine Glad is P10 up 0.40. Herb Alalarm is P5. Leon van Linden is P9. Best lap is a 0:55.269. 3.036 off pole. Peter Grobler is second up 0.12. Mike McGeer is P7. Best lap is a 0:54.049. 1.816 off pole. Peter Grobler is second up 0.17. Mike McGeer is P7 up 7.99. Tommy Glad from South Africa is P4 up 0.77. Tommy Glad improved is fourth with a 0:53.431. 1.198 off pole. Peter Grobler from South Africa is P2 up 14.24. Danny Van Ruyen is first. Janine Vlad is P10. Leon Van Linden is P9. Danny Van Ruyen is first up 0.11 driving a Holden. Danny Van Ruyen is provisional pole with a 0:52.145. Leon Van Linden is 9th up 0.23 driving a Ford. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Danny Van Ruyen is P1. Best lap is a 0:52.145. Mike McGeer is P8. Best lap is a 0:53.988. 1.843 off pole. Announcer bot is active. Danny van Rooyen from Netherlands is P1. The race session is at Symonds Plains Raceway in Launceston, Australia. The wind speed is 4 km/h from the north-northeast. "15 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. JD Ellis from South Africa is third. Tommy Glad from South Africa is fifth. Mike McGeer from South Africa is P7. Herb Alalarm is 8th. Herb Alalarm is now P7. Dewald Lambert from Bhutan is P5. Best lap is a 1:01.198. 4.287 off the fastest lap. Ernest Heather from South Africa is 9th, 0.5 behind Janine Glad. Janine Glad from South Africa is P9 battling Ernest Heather. Peter Grobler entering the pits is P1. Dewald Lambert is P5, 0.4 behind Tommy Glad. Mike McGeer from South Africa is P6, 0.5 behind Dewald Lambert. Herb Alalarm is 7th, 0.2 behind Mike McGeer. Herb Alalarm passed Mike McGeer for P6. Herb Alalarm lost 6th to Mike McGeer. Her bell alarm is now P6. Tommy Glad is P3, 0.9 behind JD Ellis. Her bell alarm is 6th. Best lap is a 0:54.397. 1.707 off the fastest lap. Her bell alarm passed Mike McGear for 5th. Mike McGear is 6th, 0.3 behind her bell alarm. Her bell alarm is P5, 0.6 ahead of Mike McGear. Peter Grobler exiting pits. Janine Glad is 9th, 0.9 behind Leon van Linden. Ten minutes remaining in the session. Tommy Glad is P3, 0.1 behind JD Ellis. Tommy Glad passed JD Ellis for 2nd. JD Ellis is 3rd driving a Dodge, 0.4 behind Tommy Glad. Her bell alarm is 5th driving a BCRC Mods, 0.5 behind DeWald Lambert. Her bell alarm was 0.8 faster last lap. JD Ellis is 3rd, 0.5 behind Tommy Glad. Tommy Glad was 1.9 faster last lap. DeWald Lambert is P5, 0.2 behind her bell alarm. JD Ellis on lap 8 is 3rd, 0.4 behind Tommy Glad. DeWald Lambert is 5th, 0.2 behind her bell alarm. DeWald Lambert passed her bell alarm for P4. DeWald Lambert lost P4 to her bell alarm. Her bell alarm is P5. Ernest Heather is P6, 0.5 behind her bell alarm. Tommy Glad on lap 9 is P3, 0.5 behind JD Ellis. Her bell alarm is P5, 0.3 behind DeWald Lambert. Her bell alarm passed DeWald Lambert for 4th. Her bell alarm is now 4th. Ernest Heather is 6th, 0.4 behind her bell alarm. Ernest Heather is now P3. Mike McGear is P4. Her bell alarm is 5th, 0.5 behind Mike McGear. Her bell alarm passed Mike McGear for P4. Mike McGear is P5, 0.1 behind her bell alarm. Ernest Heather is 3rd, 0.4 behind DeWald Lambert. Her bell alarm is P4, 0.5 behind Ernest Heather. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Her bell alarm passed Ernest Heather for 3rd. Her bell alarm lost 3rd to Ernest Heather. Mike McGear is 5th, 0.5 behind her bell alarm. Her bell alarm is 4th, 0.5 behind Ernest Heather. Her bell alarm passed Ernest Heather for P3. Ernest Heather is P4, 0.2 behind her bell alarm. Mike McGear is 5th driving a Ford, 0.5 behind Ernest Heather. Her bell alarm on lap 13 is P3, 0.5 behind DeWald Lambert. Mike McGear is 5th, 0.5 behind Ernest Heather. Her bell alarm is 3rd driving a BCRC Mods, 0.4 behind DeWald Lambert. DeWald Lambert from Bhutan is 3rd, 0.1 behind her bell alarm. Mike McGear is 5th driving a Ford, 0.5 behind Ernest Heather. DeWald Lambert on lap 15 is P3, 0.3 behind Herbal Alarm. Ernest Heather is 4th, 0.4 behind DeWald Lambert. DeWald Lambert from Bhutan is 3rd, 0.5 behind Herbal Alarm. DeWald Lambert is now P2. Mike McGeer is 4th, 0.4 behind Ernest Heather. Ernest Heather is 3rd, 0.2 ahead of Mike McGeer. Mike McGeer is P4 driving a Ford, 0.2 behind Ernest Heather. Ernest Heather is P3, 0.4 ahead of Mike McGeer. Mike McGeer is 4th, 0.1 behind Ernest Heather. Herbal Alarm entering the pits is P9. JD Ellis is 5th, 0.9 behind Mike McGeer. Mike McGeer is P4, 0.4 behind Ernest Heather. JD Ellis is P5, 0.4 behind Mike McGeer. The leader has just finished the race. Danny van Rooyen from Netherlands finished 1st. Leon van Linden finished P7. Tommy Glad finished 6th. Peter Grobler finished 9th. Janine Glad finished P8. DeWald Lambert is 2nd. JD Ellis is 3rd. JD Ellis finished P2. DeWald Lambert finished P3. Mike McGeer finished 4th. Ernest Heather finished 5th. A bot is active. Danny van Rooyen from Netherlands is first. Mike McGeer from South Africa is P2. The race session is at Symmons Plains Raceway in Launceston, Australia. The wind speed is 5 km/h from the northeast. "15 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Leon van Linden is second. Danny van Rooyen from Netherlands is P2. JD Ellis from South Africa is P5. Mike McGeer from South Africa is P6. Mike McGeer lost 6th to Peter Grobler. Dewald Lambert from Bhutan is 8th, 0.4 behind Mike McGeer. Ernest Heather from South Africa is 3rd, 0.2 behind Tommy Glad. Herb Alarm is P4, 0.4 ahead of Tommy Glad. Herb Alarm passed Ernest Heather for P3. Peter Grobler from South Africa is 5th, 0.2 ahead of Ernest Heather. Mike McGeer is P6, 0.3 behind Peter Grobler. Tommy Glad from South Africa is 4th, 0.1 behind Peter Grobler. Tommy Glad lost P5 to Herb Alarm. Herb Alarm is 5th, 0.2 behind Dewald Lambert. Herb Alarm passed Dewald Lambert for P4. Herb Alarm lost P4 to Dewald Lambert. Tommy Glad is 8th, 0.3 behind Janine Glad. Tommy Glad passed Janine Glad for 7th. Her bell alarm on lap 4 is 5th, 0.1 behind DeWald Lambert. Her bell alarm passed DeWald Lambert for 4th. DeWald Lambert is 5th, 1.3 ahead of Peter Grobler. Her bell alarm is P4, 1.3 ahead of DeWald Lambert. Peter Grobler from South Africa is P6, 0.5 behind DeWald Lambert. Peter Grobler is now 5th. Tommy Glad is 8th, 0.5 behind Janine Glad. "10 minutes remaining in the session. Janine Glad from South Africa on lap 6 is 8th, battling Tommy Glad. Her bell alarm is P5, 0.5 behind DeWald Lambert. Janine Glad is 9th, 1.0 behind Ernest Heather. Tommy Glad is P7. Best lap is a 0:53.717. 1.385 off the fastest lap. Her bell alarm is P5, 1.4 behind DeWald Lambert. Tommy Glad is P7, 1.0 behind Mike McGeer. Her bell alarm is P5, 0.7 behind DeWald Lambert. De Wald Lambert on lap 9 is 5th. De Wald Lambert passed Herb Alarm for P4. Herb Alarm is P5, 0.3 behind De Wald Lambert. De Wald Lambert is 5th. De Wald Lambert passed Herb Alarm for 4th. De Wald Lambert lost 4th to Herb Alarm. Tommy Glad is P7, 0.5 behind Mike McGear. De Wald Lambert is 5th driving a Ford, 0.4 behind Herb Alarm. Tommy Glad is 7th. Best lap is a 0:53.601. 1.381 off the fastest lap. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Mike McGear is P7, 0.1 behind Tommy Glad. Danny Van Ruyen is 1st. Leon Van Linden entering the pits is P10. Mike McGear is P7. Herb Alarm is P3, 2.2 ahead of De Wald Lambert. Herb Alarm was 0.7 faster last lap. De Wald Lambert is 4th, 1.3 behind Herb Alarm. J.D. Ellis is P5, 1.3 behind De Wald Lambert. Peter Grobler is second. J.D. Ellis is fifth. Herb Alalarm is P3, 1.8 ahead of Dewald Lambert. Herb Alalarm was 0.8 faster last lap. J.D. Ellis is fifth, 0.5 behind Dewald Lambert. Peter Grobler is second, 3.7 ahead of Herb Alalarm. J.D. Ellis is fifth, 0.5 behind Dewald Lambert. Herb Alalarm is third, 2.1 behind Peter Grobler. J.D. Ellis is fifth, 0.5 behind Dewald Lambert. The leader has just finished the race. Danny Van Ruyen finished first. Mike McDeer finished P6. Ernest Heather finished P7. Tommy Glad finished P8. Janine Glad finished P9. Peter Grobler finished P2. Herb Alalarm finished P3. J.D. Ellis finished P5. Dewald Lambert finished 4th.